Hey guys, Coach Krause here. Got a cool one for you today. I know you guys always like the strength and conditioning ones. This one's going to fit in perfectly, really to help you work on those forearms, that grip. It is such a vital part of boxing, so stay tuned. So one of the go-tos when you're training those forearm muscles is what I'm going to show you is like the wrist curl using a dumbbell, right? So you don't need to go very heavy. You won't be able to go very heavy. And range of motion is a really big factor in this. So also, don't push the weight so heavy that you can't move the thing. But what you're going to do is you're going to sit. You're going to have this dumbbell in your hand, and your arm is going to be in this position where your hand is past your knees. You're going to let the weight go all the way down as low as you can go, like that weight is going to fall out of your hands if it went any lower. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it back up, flex that forearm. So notice that I'm getting a tremendous range of motion out of this. So I get those flexion of my fingers, and then I get flexion of my forearm at the same time. And that's really taxing all those muscles of my forearm. You can do the same thing in the opposite position, where I'm coming in this direction. And it's that same concept that I want to really maximize that range of motion. In terms of repetitions and sets, you know, every athlete's going to be different, but remember it's called progressive overload. So there has to be some sort of overload component to it. Here's something I had made special for me at the gym, and it's just, you can do this with a hammer, you can do this with a sledgehammer, something that has one heavy part and one not so heavy part. And on that kind of vein of range of motion, I'm going to let that weight point all the way down, and then I'm going to be flexing until it becomes parallel with the ground, and that's really working that side portion of my forearm. And it is very taxing, and how you're going to address the intensity is the closer the weight to you is, the easier it's going to be, and the further away the weight is to you, the more resistance you're going to feel. So it's not like you need to have many different pounds of these. You can have one single implement in terms of this weight, and then just depending on where you grip it is going to affect the intensity. And you can do the other side of your forearm in that same respect, where I'm here letting it dangle down and then flexing it until it's parallel with that ground, and it's just hitting a slightly different part of my forearm. You know, if you happen to have a kettlebell, it's really great. Everybody saw the exercise that Triple G popularized a couple of years ago, and what he was doing was rotating that kettlebell on the ground, and he had it down, palm facing up, and what he was doing is he was using that rotational motion to turn that thing over, almost like you're arm wrestling the thing. And it's great to go left, right, and of course you would have to have a kettlebell to do this exercise, but if you do, it's a great exercise. So, you know, the last one I want to go over today that doesn't require really any special equipment is you guys find something heavy, right? And a lot of strength is about your fiber recruitment, you know, how many given muscle fibers you can get to work for a given task. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pinch it, and I'm just going to basically hold it there to fail as long as I can, right? And it starts off pretty easy, but about 30 seconds in, 45 seconds in, you're really going to start feeling those muscles get taxed. And the cool thing about isometric style of exercises is it doesn't promote hypertrophy. It doesn't promote bigger muscles the way that the ones I showed you previously do. So this will get your arms stronger without necessarily getting them bigger, which is a huge component to boxers and other athletes in weight class driven sports where you want to increase your strength, but you don't want to increase your size. So you would basically hold this to fail, and fail means it literally comes out of your hands. There's no possible way you're going to hold it longer, all right? And fail does not mean I don't want to do this anymore. It means I can't do this anymore. So work on bringing yourself to that intensity, which is pretty difficult, all right? Now, of course, there's tons of other wrist exercise, forearm exercises that we can go over, and we will go over them in the future, but I thought these are some good ones that you can start basing this strength training out. So incorporate these into your routine, and of course, like and subscribe.